Good afternoon and welcome to the Burns Center, Grover C. Redford Gymnasium. It is Heart of America Conference basketball. I'm Ken Quiaba, Joe all alongside us. Joe, these two teams, the Vikings went on the road, both the men and women, the last couple of games. We weren't there to broadcast, but the women 1-1, the men 1-1. So you go on the road, if you can split, at least that is probably the goal every time. And now we're back home. Let's get a couple of wins today.
You know, the thing about that, Ken, you're right. Both teams went 1-1, but both teams could have won both those games. A couple of very close games, and the women could have won, had a shot at Culver Stockton. The men lost in overtime against Mount Mercy.
All right, the first-year coach for this Graceland team is Frank Howell. They're 4-12 in league play. A game behind Valley. The Vikings come in at 5-10. Remember, the Vikings have played one less game. We'll have to make up that game with William Penn a week from Monday. But Joe had a chance to visit with Frank Howell.
Okay, chatting now with Graceland's women's coach, Frank Howell. And, Coach, your first year at Graceland, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I was a high school coach in Iowa for 24 years, 22 years as a head coach, and most recent stint was 13 years in a row at Cedar Rapids, Washington, and Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and I always kind of wanted to have the dream of being a college basketball coach, and now I'm in my first year and I'm doing it.
Well, and earlier this week, you made a road trip all the way down to Springfield, got a nice win on the road over Evangel.
Well, that was a big deal for us because last season there were no road victories, and we researched it, and the last time that Graceland women had won on the road was February 12th, 2015, so we kind of wanted to get that monkey off of our back a little bit, and we had a great first quarter, got things started the right way, and then Evangel unfortunately came right back and made it really interesting, but in the end we were able to get some key stops and win the game.
You've got three players averaging double figures, Tristan McFetters, then two girls we've been talking about for quite a while, Sydney Vaughn and Gabe Lipinski.
Yeah, I really kind of lucked into a situation where I came in where we had two really good seniors and two really good leaders and two really good people. And then, of course, with Tristan's a very dynamic point guard. So that's been good. I think before Christmas we didn't have Sid available for a lot of our early games, but certainly having her back has been a big benefit for us.
Okay, you're a game behind Missouri Valley in the conference standings, a chance to move up this afternoon.
Oh, that would be really big. One of the goals that we would have would be to try to sneak into the conference tournament at the end of the year, and they take the top 10 seeds to do that. So this is an opportunity to move in that direction, so hopefully we'll play well.
Tim Dixon joins us before this ball game with Graceland. And, Coach, you went on a long road trip to Cedar Rapids. Congratulations. Big win at Mount Mercy.
Yeah, big win because, they were ahead of us in conference standings, and so it was important for us to come out and get that win, and we handled the ball really well. We had only 12 turnovers and shot over 50%, so thought we did really well, and hopefully that'll continue into today's game.
You've always said this team's got to shoot the ball. You shoot that well, you're going to win some ball games.
Yeah, and, I think we're starting to do really well. The games that we've won, we've shot really well when we haven't turned it over, and that's it's been against Peru and against Mount Mercy, but I think the kids are starting to really, understand that they are a good shooting team, and now we're starting to put it together. So hopefully that confidence will continue to build today, and we'll come out with the W.
Don't want to talk just single-out players, but I'm telling you, the last 4 or 5 games, Ashley Ward has been an offensive machine for you.
Yeah, she's coming on really well, and, she's really attacking the basket. And I think today she's going to find out that the basket's probably not as open as it normally is. They're going to probably lay back and make her shoot it, which is okay because for her, she can definitely shoot the ball from the outside, and we want her to do that. So I think she'll have another good game, I think some other kids will step up. We have Deidre playing really well, and I think Veronica will get on track today a little bit, and should be an exciting game.
Coach, we lost to this team early in the season back in November. What was the key that day to that loss up there?
Well, I think we turned it over 30 times.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the difference in the game, and we were in it right until the last 5 seconds of the game. And so, they hit some shots, and we just threw it away too much. And so I think we take care of the ball today and just do what we do. We'll definitely have a chance to win this game.
All right, so there you have Tim Dixon. Well, it wasn't 30 turnovers, 29 turnovers, though, in that loss at Graceland back in November. So the Vikings will have to improve on that, and I think they have the last couple of games. Here are the starting lineups. First of all, for the Yellow Jackets, they'll go with Christasha Dawkins. She is a 5'7" sophomore out of Sebring, Florida. Tristan McFetters, we've talked about her. She's out of Kansas City, and she is a freshman. Gabes Lipinski, the senior out of Westfield, Indiana, a 5'11" senior. Sydney Vaughn out of Prairie Village, Kansas, a 5'11" senior. And then Emily Warwick, Emily out of Salina, Kansas. She is a junior. She is 5'7". The leading scorer on this team is McFetters, the freshman, 15.1 points a game. Well, there you have the starting lineup. The last time these teams met, Graceland won at 69-64, and Joe, the Vikings turned it over 29 times that day. So they'll have to do a little bit better job than that. That was an early season conference game.
Well, and Ken, we look at the standings on the girls' side. I mean, the Vikings right now are 5-10. They're one game behind Grandview, Mount Mercy, Culver, Stockton, and Evangel. All four of those teams are 6-4. Culver and Culver's playing Grandview today, and I think Mount Mercy's playing Evangel. So two of those teams are going to lose for sure. So a chance for the Vikings to kind of move up in the standings a little bit if they can get a win today. And, you know, like you said earlier, I think the top 10 teams make the conference tournament. So as they head down this second half of the season, these games are all very important.
Vikings go with Dieter McCoy, the 5'8" junior out of Hot Springs, Arkansas, leading scorer. Ashley Ward averaging about 18 points a game in her last 4 or 5. Veronica Petkova, the 5'10" junior. Dasha Ivanova at the point, the 5'6" junior college transfer from Moberly Area Community College. She is a native of Russia, the country of Russia. And Tessa Ramsey, Australian, 6'2" sophomore. This broadcast copyrighted by the Mass Communications Department of the Communications, Humanities, and Human Service Division of Missouri Valley College. For the private use of our audience, any retransmission of the use of the content of this broadcast without the express written consent Missouri Valley is prohibited. And also a big thanks to everyone at Marshall Chrysler Jeep Dodge providing transportation for Joe and I when we go on the road. This game is underway, and Graceland with the basketball on the opening tip, and a high arching triple by Gabes Lipinski, and it's quickly 3-0.
That's what I remember about her. She's a very good, kind of a streaky outside shooter.
Here comes Ashley Ward down the middle. Her shot no good. She hits the deck, no call. Dawkins with the rebound, and here we go. Quickly, another high-arching three. Bang, bang by Lipinski. 2 threes to start the game. Those things almost hit the beams of the Burns Center, and it's quickly 6-0. Here's a pass underneath to Ramsey off the glass. Misses an easy one. Rebounds her own shot. Missed it again, but was fouled. Boy, what a quick start for Lipinski.
Yeah, nice pass by Veronica Petkova. Got the ball into Ramsey. Tessa missed the shot, but got her offensive rebound. Was fouled on the stick back, so she'll go to the line for 2. But you're right. You got to stay on Lipinski. We saw her shoot last year. We missed that first Graceland game. We were in the middle of football season when the two teams played earlier, but she's a good one.
Ramsey misses the first free throw. The Vikings continue to lead the Heart of America Conference in free throw percentage. But Ramsey 0 for 1 on that one. Lipinski, by the way, as the second free throw is good, is a 31% three-point shooter, which not bad on the as the season goes on, but she's 2 for 2 today. 6-1 is our score. Another 3, this one a little short, so she cannot go 3 for 3. Ivanova with the rebound, takes it the length of the floor to Ward, running the right side and scores. And Ashley Ward, who has just been a tremendous offensive player lately, makes it 6-3.
That's the way you run that 3-on-2 break. Good pass by Ivanova.
And here come the Yellow Jackets with the basketball, leading now 6-3. Out front, it is Emily Warwick. Warwick gives it baseline. Here's a shot that won't go by Vaughn. Sydney Vaughn, the 5'11 senior. Vikings now with the basketball. Quickly into the corner, Ivanova back to Ward. Holds it top of the key. Works it right side around a screen by Ramsey. Now stops there, gives it back to Ivanova. Ivanova off to Petkova. 3 for the tie. It's a little strong. And the rebound is pulled down by the Yellow Jackets. McFetters on the run, takes it all the way with the left hand from the right side, missed it. The ball bounces off the head of Ivanova right to Lipinski, and she lays it in. She has 8 points to start the game.
Lipinski 8, wow. Missouri Valley 3 right now.
She is off quite a start as she averages 10.1 a game. She's almost to that average already. Here's the baseline shot up. That one pinballs out. Rebound, however, to Petkova. She scores and is fouled. McCoy missed the shot. Petkova got it, put it back in, and was fouled.
I'm not sure how Veronica got offensive position that time. Looked like Graceland did a pretty good job screening out, but somehow she snuck inside, got the offensive rebound, the stick back, and won.
And the free throw is good by Petkova. The Vikes 2 out of 3 from the line, and it's 8-6. Yellow Jackets with the lead. McFetters off to Lipinski. Lipinski works it right side to Dawkins. Now they look underneath for Vaughn. Double team, got it to her anyway. Turns, kicks it in the corner. And driving inside is Work. Puts up the shot, rolls off no good. Rebound pulled down by Ward. Here comes Ashley on the run. Ashley free throw line in the corner, tried to get it to her point guard. The ball was taken away by McFetters, misses the shot. Offensive putback, no good the first time, but Dawkins follows. Lipinski missed the first attempt, but on the second attempt, Dawkins put it in. It's 10-6. Ashley Ward quickly into the forecourt. Gives it off to Petkova, baseline. Stops. Back out front to McCoy. Dede hands it to Petkova, left wing. Baseline cut off. Bounce pass into Dede. Steps inside the lane. Misses the shot. Ball loose. This one is picked up by Emily Work. Work loses the handle. Now gives it off to McFetters. McFetters drives left side all the way to the rack. Puts it up. Oh, that one spins out. But the rebound comes back into the corner. She's able to get it there. Turn. Inside shot. No good by Work. Rebound, however, comes back to the Yellow Jackets. They'll get it inside to Vaughn. Her left-handed shot, no good. Another offensive rebound.
Yeah, Graceland really pounding the offensive glass now.
And now at 3, this one won't go. The ball saved, but out of bounds was Dawkins. 1, 2, 4 attempts at it.
Yeah, they're really doing a good job hustling. Vikes got to put a body on them on that defensive rebound.
So the ball comes back to the Vikings, trailing 10-6. And a 5-second call. The Vikes didn't get the ball inbounds. Ivanova and McCoy couldn't work to get the ball inbounds. So the ball comes back to the Yellow Jackets. They have a 10-6 lead. Work. Gives it to Devon, out to McFetters. Those two play catch on the right side. Top of the key. Back to McFetters. McFetters, free throw line. Changes directions, drives left side, throws it up off the glass, no good.
And you're right, she threw it up that time.
I mean, that's all that was. And the rebound comes down to the Vikings. Good job by Ramsey. She just heaved that one, hoping it went off the glass. Now Petkova has to track this one down to the baseline, stops, puts up a 10-footer, an air ball, but McCoy with a rebound, fouled on the way up. That's the second foul on Lipinski.
Let's say that was a pass from Petkova
we'll
to McCoy. A 10-footer all the way over the rim, but McCoy there to get the rebound. So nice pass, Petkova.
Nice pass. We'll give her an assist.
Foul comes up. That's the second foul on Lipinski, so Graceland does not want to see her in foul trouble.
Dede hits the free throw. Dede missed a couple of crucial free throws last Saturday. That loss to at Culver, but boy, she had a big game Wednesday night in Cedar Rapids. Really helped the Vikings get that W. Much needed win over Mount Mercy. She hit the first free throw here. She'll have another one. 10-7, 10-8 as she knocks them both down. So the Vikings, 3 out of 4 from the line. Can they lead the conference in free throw percentage? 6 minutes to go first quarter, 10-8. Visiting team with the lead. Here's a pass underneath, and boy, that was easy as they got that ball underneath to one of the big gals, and he scored easily.
Jamise Wiley.
Jamise Wiley.
Yeah.
So Wiley off the bench gets that field goal, and it is a 12-8 ball game. Petkova on the baseline. Ramsey, high post, turns. She's got a 15-footer. She hit it. They backed away, so Tessa Ramsey just knocked it down.
Tessa, one of those girls getting better and better every game she plays.
So it is a 12-10 ball game. You're going to back away. You got to take that 15-foot shot, and she did. Here's Emily Work. Wears a knee brace on that right knee. She tried to bounce the pass to the left side to Kiki Sears, and it was kicked out of bounds or off the leg of McCoy. So the Yellow Jackets will inbound on the far side right at the hash mark. And inbounding that ball will be Haley Leisinger, who came in a couple of moments ago. Vikings have yet to make a substitution. They're playing some zone defense now. Lipinski fires and hits another. Excuse me, that was not Lipinski. That was Sydney Vaughn, number 31, not 21, and it's 15-10.
Well, they're hot from beyond the arc right now.
Here comes Didi. Baseline right side. Cut off there. Bounce pass. Kick it back out to Ivanova. Baseline Ward drives left side. Oh, and she's fouled as she goes to the hoop with a strong move from the left side.
Yeah, and that's Ashley Ward. That's vintage Ashley Ward. Get that ball in the wing and just take it right to the rack. She goes in hard, and she's hammered that time, and that foul is going to come up on Kiki Sears. That'll be her first. That's team foul number 4 on Graceland. Vikes have yet to commit a foul.
And the free throw is good, and the Vikings, again, continue their very good free throw shooting. Second free throw, good. So Ashley gets them both. And it's 15-12. Vikings with a lead. The Vikings from the free throw line, 75% on the year.
That's pretty good. That'll win many games for you.
Here's Wiley, comes way out high for it. Now gives it off to Sears. They'll swing it around to work. Right in front of us, back out top of the key to Vaughn. Vaughn uses that arm to push off, steps in the lane, and traveled with it.
Yep. Yeah, she did. Kind of got the ball caught. I think she got it caught up on the back of the defender that time and nowhere to go and shuffled both feet. Vikes getting tied up with a 3.
4:32 to go in the first quarter. The cheerleaders are here. They just won a competition in the state of Kansas yesterday, so congratulations to the cheerleading squad, and hopefully we can visit with a couple of them or their coach at Victoria Cox at halftime of this game if she's in the building. We'll see if we can find her. Here's McCoy, free throw line. Gives it back to Petkova. Petkova working the left side now. Back out Ivanova for the 3 and the tie. It's good. Dasha Ivanova, the junior, out of Kursk, Russia, knocks it down. We're tied at 15. 4 minutes to go first quarter.
Lindsey Denny gets set to check in.
Here's a pass to the high post. Driving to the right side. Missing the shot is Wiley. Tessa Ramsey with a rebound. Gives it off to Didi. McCoy thought about the long pass. Now to slow things down. Vikings looking for the lead, which would be their first lead of the contest. Here's Ivanova, left wing. Gives it off to Petkova, free throw line, 15-footer, a little short. And the rebound pulled down by Leisinger. Leisinger quickly to Sears. She'll take it all the way in, flips this one high off the glass. It's no good. Ward with the rebound.
Not the best shot selection so far. By a couple of Yellow Jackets.
Here comes Ward off to Ivanova. Now Didi looks for the inside pass. Out there, fires it baseline to Ward. Underneath, her shot won't climb over the rim. Rebounds her own miss, takes it to the right side and scores. She has 6, and the Vikings have their first lead of the game.
Timeout. Coach Frank Howell takes a timeout. So Vikes on a nice run. They got behind early, but as you said, just over 3 minutes left. Vikes up by 2.
Haley Meyer will check in. Haley wearing that brace on her left knee. And also coming in after the timeout will be Alexis Boyd-Lockett. And I believe, as you mentioned, Lindsey Denny will also be checking in. 3:16 to go in the first quarter. The Vikings with their first lead, 17-15.
You know, Ken, I was talking to Coach Tom Hebb, and you mentioned this a minute ago, but Deidre McCoy, normally a very good free throw shooter, missed a couple up at Culver Stockton last Saturday. Tom said she was in the gym almost the entire day the next 2 days, and she was at the free throw line. That's just the kind of player she is. I mean, she's a competitor. She's hard-nosed. She's 100% all the way, and she says, "This, I better get in there and practice." And usually a very good free throw shooter, and so you got to admire her for that.
Yeah, you come home a long road trip. You say, "Well, I'll take a couple days off." She was, you said, in the gym. So here we go. As Bray Griffin also has checked in the lineup for the Yellow Jackets. She wears number 1. But this is McFetters, has the ball tipped, gets it to Griffin, and she was standing out of bounds right in front of the Lady Viking bench when she made the catch.
Griffin caught that pass. Referee blew the whistle. She looked down and said, I am standing on the orange, aren't I?
Pretty easy, the floor, that orange border, and that was easy to see. No argument on that one. Here comes the trap at midcourt for the Yellow Jackets. Now the Vikings get it over. Good job, Denny. Back it comes to McCoy in the corner, right side. McCoy off to Denny, top of the key. Denny leaves it for Meyer.
Ooh.
Haley might have got
a little shuffle, a little bit of a little bit of a shuffle there, I think.
You can't argue with that call because she got away with one.
Yeah, the old Harlem shuffle.
They caught her the second time. 17-15 turnover. And remember, the last time these teams played, the Vikings had 29 turnovers. And not to be outdone, the Yellow Jackets had 20 turnovers. Here's a long 3. This one won't go. Rebound, Haley Meyer. That shot was taken and missed by Gavoli. So the Vikings have it with a 2-point lead. McCoy, right side. She's going to try about a 17-footer. That's too strong. Rebound, McFetters. McFetters hustles into the forecourt. Didn't like the numbers. Now it's tied up by Haley Meyer, and possession should go to the Vikings. It will.
And there are those bright pink shoes that Kristen McFetters is wearing
today. You're not going to miss her.
No, she's a pretty good player for Tristan McFetters. Excuse me. She's averaging 15.1 points a game, so she's a good one. And looking at her, she's only a freshman.
Wears glasses. You don't see that too much anymore. She wears the glasses. The contacts probably don't work for her, so she wears the glasses. Here's Haley Meyer out front to McCoy. Dede goes baseline right side. 1:56 to go, first quarter. Underneath to Ward. Kick it back out. Lindsay, head and shoulder fake. Gets to the free throw line. 15-footer off to the right, no good. Rebounds her own miss. Takes it all the way to the basket and scores. Stayed with it. Got the bucket. Her first. It's 19-15.
I still say for the Vikes to make a run here down the stretch, Lindsay Denny has to shoot more often.
She is a pretty good offensive player when she puts her mind to that part of the game. Here's Gavoli. Long three on the way. This one misses. And that one taken by McFetters. Ward with the rebound. It's 2-on-2. Ward's going to take it all the way left side, flip it up the left hand. Dede keeps it alive. Ball loose on the floor. McCoy grabs it on the baseline.
Good job by the Vikes on the offensive glass.
Now into Danny, and she is fouled. Coming over the back is Dawkins. Christacia Dawkins picks up her first foul. That's the 5th. Vikings have yet to commit a foul in this game.
Yeah, so that's going to put Lindsay on the line for 2 shots right here. 1:13 left in the quarter.
Lindsay Denny as Peterson will check in. Denny hits the free throw. Vikings continuing that very good free throw shooting.
Tessa Ramsey missed the first one, and they've hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row since that time.
Grace comes in. Peterson is in. Dede's going to get a break at the end of the first quarter.
7 in a row since then.
Good job by the Vikings. Again, the leading free throw shooting percentage team in the conference.
8 in a row since then. So both free throws by Lindsay, and it's a 21-15 good first quarter. It's a high-scoring quarter for the Vikings. We're down to 1 minute to go in the quarter. Taking on the Graceland Yellow Jackets this afternoon. McFetters top of the key, works it right side. Vikings back to their man-to-man defense. Get it inside the lane, putting this one up with a runner as Bray Griffin missed the shot, but she'll shoot a couple. First foul on the Vikings, and that goes on Lindsay Denny, her first. Yeah, Bray Griffin. She's another freshman out of Long Beach, California. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 freshmen on this squad. Some of them aren't dressed out today.
Bray hits the first free throw. And Lipinski's back into the contest. So is Sydney Vaughn.
I think Coach Frank Howell didn't want to let this thing get away. Lipinski has 2 fouls.
Second free throw, no good. Lipinski offensive rebound after the miss. Kicks it back out to McFetters. McFetters drives right side off the glass and scores with the left hand from the right side. Looked rather awkward, but she hit it, her first bucket, and it's 21-18. Here comes the full court press. Grace will inbound.
Pink shoes were about 4 feet off the ground on that layup.
Boyd Lockett fires it all the way ahead to Meyer. Meyer gives it to Denny, drives inside, off the glass and scores. So they took it right at that press, and Lindsay Denny gets the layup.
Lindsay 6 points already off the bench.
23-18, 5-point lead. McFetters gives it off to Dawkins. Back out front to Vaughn. Down to McFetters. McFetters. Lipinski top of the key. Gets around a screen by Vaughn. Takes it strong inside the lane. Puts it off the glass too strong. Rebound. Shot put up. No good. Rebound. Lipinski misses the shot. Vaughn had a hand on it. And that's the end of the quarter. So a couple of good looks for the Yellow Jackets at the end of the quarter, but they're unable to score, and the Vikings have a 5-point lead. 23 points, Joe, in the first quarter. Good start for a team that averages 65 a game.
Well, pretty good balance. You've got Ashley Ward and Lindsay Denny both with 6 points in the quarter. Looks like 3 points each for Dasha Ivanova, Tessa Ramsey, and Veronica Petkova. And then 2 points for Deidre McCoy. So Vikes did a pretty good job spreading the scoring load around there.
And we're talking about the Vikings free throws, and I noted this on the Heart of America Conference website. They had a little article here, if you will, a little nugget of information. It says, despite missing a pair of games, Missouri Valley forward Deidre McCoy has spent more time at the free throw line than any other player in the conference. She's averaging almost 7 made free throws per game, an average that would see her reach the top 10 single season total. So she is ahead of everyone on trips to the line and made free, maybe not made trips to the line, but made free throws. She has more made free throws than anybody in the conference.
And then not surprising.
2 games.
Very aggressive. She goes to the basket. And Ken, guess what? We're in the early part of a long afternoon. We're having our first monitor check right now. And I think that what they're doing is checking. They whistled a foul at the end of the quarter on one of the Vikings, and I think the official's now going up there to check to see if that foul occurred before the buzzer went off.
All right, usually have a monitor down here, but I saw Chaz Maddie working on that monitor, so apparently it's not working, so they'll go up, and Chaz Maddie, who is the director of the Viking Sports Network, or as far as the production is concerned, will show the officials what they want to see. So that's our first check of a long afternoon. In the first game, Graceland won at 69-64. That was back in November, on November 19th, as a matter of fact. Dee Dee McCoy had 20, Ashley Ward 18 that night. McFetters had 26 for Graceland. Yeah. She has just 2 points right now.
Yeah, she's probably one of those girls that's either going to be very hot or very cold any game. She very quick, likes to go to the basket, and had a nice drive that last time to get her first basket.
So the Vikings lead 23-18, but again, a monitor check to see if they're indeed going to call a foul late in that first. I guess the whistle did sound about a second before the end of the first quarter, so they may.
It's not going to affect the score. They're not going to be free throws shot, but it could give one of the Vikings one foul. That's the only thing in question right now.
And Frank Howell maybe was asking about that, so that is that's going on right now. Why the little bit of delay. What a week we have coming up. We missed the last 2 games. Joe, last Saturday we had a big wrestling tournament here. I was on the air, and I like to talk, but from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Good for you.
7 straight hours.
Good for you.
And it was a fantastic event. 400 wrestlers were here. Grandview won it. They're the 6-time defending national champs. They had 5 of their number 1 wrestlers were not even here, and they still won the meet by 40 points.
In that 7-hour span, did you ever repeat yourself?
I don't. We had 4 cameras going. They were jumping back mat to mat to mat. We had a couple young ladies helping on the broadcast, and they did a fantastic job. It was quite an afternoon. The Vikings finished 4th, by the way.
Yeah, and Coach Mike Mockles, I saw him. He said he thought that would kind of almost be a mini national tournament.
Several of the coaches came up and were a part of the broadcast, and they all said the same thing. We want to be here because they were here from Kentucky all the way to California. It was quite a meet. 33 schools were here. All right, here we go. Dawkins will inbound. 0.3 seconds to go. There you go. So we spent 5 minutes for a check for 0.3 seconds. They threw it in. Someone tipped it away, and we're at the end of the first
And
quarter.
I'm not sure who that foul was against. It had to be on one of the Vikings. They have Lindsey Denny up there. Lindsey was whistled for a foul a few minutes ago. So I don't think it was on her, but there was a foul on somebody right before that buzzer.
Yeah, so
I believe.
We'll wait and see. Did they call a foul on someone? I'll ask Andy, did they call a foul on someone there? Andy, did they call a foul on someone there? Lindsay. So she has 2. Lindsay.
That's her second. Okay, and it was on Lindsay. Okay.
Andy Pulverenti sitting to our right, and we just asked him about it. So Lindsay Denny now has 2 fouls, the only 2 fouls for the Vikings. Anyway, Monday night we'll be in Baldwin City to take on the Baker Wildcats, who lead the conference now. They and Benedictine tied at 14-2. And then Thursday, we're back home against Evangel. And then Saturday, back on the road to Olathe. We'll take on Mid-American Nazarene. It's going to be a busy week of basketball.
Well, and Ken, you look at the women's schedule. As you said, Monday night we play against Baker, one of the conference leaders, and Evangel. Then you got Mid-America, Benedictine, Central Methodist, and William Penn right in a row. 4 teams all right up there. So the next 5 of the next 6 games for the Vikings will be against the top dogs in the conference.
All right, here we go. It's 23-18. Valley with the lead. Second quarter underway. And Vaughn's going to crank a 3 to get things started and hit another one. That's their 4th triple of the day. Her second. Lipinski has the other 2, and it's 23-21. Full court pressure, Tensla Ramsey. At midcourt, gives it off to McCoy in the lane. May have gotten away with a walk. Goes baseline, a Ward scores. Get it to Ashley Ward under that basket. She now has 8.
You know, Ashley, for a girl that's not that tall, really goes up strong underneath.
She is really playing well. I know going into this 2 games on the road, Her average is climbing and climbing. Lipinski misses a three. Rebound, Dee Dee McCoy. McCoy, the leading rebounder for the Vikings, 6.5 a game, along with the 15 points a game. Gives it to Ward, back baseline to McCoy. Underneath, fires a pass to Petkova. Back out to Ward, top of the key. Now to Dee Dee, off to Petkova on the left wing. Holds it high overhead, back out front to McCoy. McCoy around the screen by Ramsey. Baseline, back out to Petkova, lobs it into Ramsey, and she's fouled from behind. That's the third foul on Lipinski.
Yeah, and so Lipinski's going to have to sit down right now. We've got almost 9 minutes left in the first half, and Haley Leisinger's already up. She's going to check in.
This is a big game for the Vikings, Joe, because the Yellow Jackets just a game behind, and they won the first game. So this is a big one for the Vikings. As Ramsey misses the free throw, she's 1 out of 2, has 3 points.
Well, as we mentioned, also, Ken, 4 teams, 1 game ahead of the Vikings: Grandview, Mount Mercy, Culver, and Evangel, and they're all playing each other today.
Second free throw by Ramsey, good. She's 2 out of 4 from the line, has 4 points. That's 26-21. Vikes up by 5. McFetters will walk the ball into the forecourt. Works the right side, leaves it out there to Leisinger. Back out front to Emily Work. Work almost lost it to Ivanova. Back it comes to McFetters. Drives the baseline, throws this one up with the left hand from the right side. Missed everything. Ward with a rebound, stumbled, kept the dribble alive. Gives it to Ramsey. Back it comes to McCoy.
McFetters tried to trip somebody right there. I think she got knocked down. She said, I'm going to bring somebody down with me.
Dee Dee just dribbled the ball. Now underneath the Ward, the foul on McFetters. Good job, because McFetters is 5'5". Ashley is 5'8". Ashley Ward. Might as well post her up. McFetters picked up the foul.
You know, and what Tim Dixon's doing with Ashley Ward, starting her outside and cutting her down to that low post position. So she's going to the basket on the move, and that's what she does so well.
They get it to her again. Nice move, right side. This one just a little strong. Emily Work with the rebound. But still like the idea. Now the ball knocked away by Petkova. Taken away by McCoy. Layup good. As
Emily Work tried a behind-the-back dribble right there, and as soon as it got on her hip, Dee Dee McCoy took it off, and she was away to the races.
Yeah, she tried to get away that double team from Petkova and McCoy. That didn't work. Let's take a look at the other games that are going on this afternoon in the conference. As you mentioned, Benedictine is at Clark today. That game started at noon, so we'll probably have a final on that any time. Baker at William Penn, also a noon start. We're seeing more teams on these long trips doing that.
I think maybe Mount Mercy and Evangel did that too.
A noon start, so we should have those scores momentarily. Then Avila's at CMU this afternoon. Culver Stockton at Grandview, and then Mid-America Nazarene is at Peru State today. 28-21, Vikings with a lead. 8 minutes to go here in the first half. Ball belongs to the Yellow Jackets. You heard their coach, Frank House, said our goal is to get into that top 10, be in that conference tournament at the end of the season. Right now, they would not be in. McFetters out front to Dawkins. She'll take one from the top of the key. That's off to the right side, no good. Foul is going to be called on whom?
I think that's going to be on Vaughn, I think. No, they call instead on McCoy, Dee Dee. The two got tangled up. I thought he said blue, but I guess he called it on Dee Dee, and that'll be her first foul.
So McCoy picks up the foul. Ball belongs to the Yellow Jackets. Work will inbound it. Fires it out to McFetters. McFetters thinking about a three. She just stares at the basket, now puts the ball on the floor. She'll back away. 23 on the shot clock, 7:40. Baseline, Vaughn turns against the double team, falls down, but kicks it baseline to Work. Her shot is short. Rebound of Ward. Ashley Ward with a rebound. And she will bring the ball up. Top of the key, give it off to McCoy. High post, Tessa Ramsey. Ramsey turns, thought about the three, now goes to the baseline to McCoy. McCoy kicks it back to Petkova. 13 on the shot clock. Petkova left side, 14-footer, good. Line drive shot from the left side of the free throw line. Petkova hits it, she has 6. The lead grows to 30-21.
Good screen by Tessa Ramsey, but Petkova came around, Veronica with the left hand and knocked down that jump shot. Nice screen and move for the jumper.
Meyer will check in a few moments. Here's McFetter. She's going to try with the left hand top of the key. That bangs off the backboard, no good. Ivanova, long pass up court to Ward, working inside. An offensive foul this time on Ward. They said she led with the forearm into the chest of McFetters, and Ashley picks up the foul.
Well, you know, you heard Coach Frank Howell say before the game, they knocked off Evangel earlier this week in Springfield, 86-80. That's Graceland's women's first road win since February 15th, 2015.
Wow.
It's almost 2 years.
In for the Vikings, Devin Swisegood. Here come the Yellow Jackets. They'll work it inside. Kick it back out top of the key to McFetters. Lysinger goes baseline left side. Now she has knocked away. Petkova with it. Petkova all the way. Off it comes to Ivanova. Ivanova back out front to Meyer. Meyer to Petkova. Petkova works around a screen, goes baseline with 6 minutes to go. In the half, Vikes up 30-21. Underneath the Swisegood, she throws it almost in backcourt, but Didi hustles back to get it. Now she'll bring it back around a Swisegood screen. She hits the deck, falls down, loses the ball. Griffin picks it up off to Lysinger on the break. Lysinger to McFetters. Now into the corner. Back it comes to McFetters. McFetters with 19 on the shot clock and 5:40 to go in the game clock. Leaves it for Griffin. Top of the key, driving in left side, flipping up the shot, won't go. Rebound is pulled down again by Swisegood.
Ken, this time the Vikes need to make a run. They've got a 9-point lead. You've got both Lipinski and Vaughn on the bench right now, so this is where they need to open this thing up even more if they can.
Petkova, whistle blows away from the action. Foul away from the ball.
I think that's going to be on, who they whistle that on, I'm not sure.
35, I don't have a 35 in my program.
No.
We'll check and see. Well, the mysterious number 35.
The masked marauder, we don't know who it is.
We'll check that at halftime, try to get that for you. It's not on the program. So here's the pass underneath the Swisegood. Back out to Ivanova. Drives baseline. Underneath Swisegood, right under the basket. Ivanova got it to her, and the Salisbury senior knocked it down.
Ken, the Vikings overall moving the ball very well on offense today.
So Devin has her first point, and it's 32-21. Lindsey Denny is getting ready to come back into the contest, and here's a traveling call on Wiley.
I think if you're Coach Frank Howell, you can't really put Lipinski back in, but I think they've almost got to get Vaughn back in the lineup. She's the leading scorer, averaging almost over 18 points a game. So.
Yeah, she averages 18 and McFetters 15. McFetters is on the floor, but Vaughn is not. You're right. And after that turnover, the ball comes back to the Vikings. Lindsey Denny trying to split the double team and does. Now she falls down and loses the ball, and Griffin dribbles right into the official.
Lindsey's hurt.
And Lindsey is down on the floor, and she is in pain. So I don't know if it's a knee or what, but she is in pain as she was coming up that right sideline. Of course, her parents will be here, but boy, another injury for the Vikings. And Joe, they have had a lot of knee injuries on this.
I'm afraid this looks like a knee or an ankle. I'm not sure, but I'm afraid that might be. And Lindsey, boy, can ill afford to lose Lindsey. She's played very well.
Well, we could not see that. It was right in front of us, but she was right in front of the scores table. She was
kind of an awkward position. Yeah. She fell back kind of a very awkward angle, and it looked like very easily could have twisted something.
She was trying to split a double team, went down, and they're working on that right ankle. So that's what we have going on right there. Again, remind you that our next action will be on the road. We'll be at Baker. Let's take a quick timeout while they work on Lindsey Denny, and we'll return in just a bit.
Peekaboo, peekaboo, smile.
Smile, buddy.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy. You know how boys are.
Or maybe he's teething. Oh, poor baby. I think his gums hurt.
Maybe he's just tired.
Or maybe his tummy hurts. He didn't eat that much.
Maybe he's not ticklish.
You think maybe he's scared of the dog?
Maybe he'll outgrow it. Maybe it's a phase. Maybe he just doesn't like smiling.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs or see a doctor today for an autism screening. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better. And it can make a lifetime of difference. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Well, Lindsay Denny is being helped by the trainers off the court, but she is putting absolutely no pressure on that right knee or ankle, and she's in a lot of pain. Could be a sprain. Let's hope it's just a sprain. But and Joe, a lot of times as an athlete, when you injure a leg or you injure, it's the frustration. It's also pain, but it's a lot of frustration there as well because you work so hard, and then the injury there. But they're gonna take care of Lindsay behind the bench here, and 32-21, Vikings up by 11, 4:38 to go, and the ball will belong to the Yellow Jackets. They'll inbound it right in front of us.
And Lindsay is senior on this team, and we've already got Peyton Funk and Jordan Salas out for the season, a couple of other key players, so really cannot, I don't want to lose anybody, but Lindsay's somebody we certainly cannot afford to lose.
Yeah, they're working on that ankle, on that right ankle, or knee area, so.
Looks like the kind of the upper part of the ankle, maybe a high sprain, hopefully. Hopefully that's all it is. We'll just have to wait and see.
McFetters with a basketball, gives it off to Lysinger. Now they'll work it down low to McFetters again. McFetters tied up. Good job by Sierra Adams, who comes in and gets the tie-up. Sierra just into the game. And so the Vikings get it back, 4:25 to go. We're going to try to talk to Tori Cox at halftime of this game. Tori, the cheerleading coach. We're going to talk about their competition. They won another competition yesterday.
You mentioned Sierra Adams. She's a freshman out of Peoria, Arizona.
And she bombs a three that won't go down. Petkova had her hands on the basketball. So did one of the Yellow Jackets. That was Griffin. And tie ball, and on the possession, the Yellow Jackets get it back.
Again, that's about 3 times Veronica Petkova has snuck in and gotten a nice offensive rebound.
McFetters leaves it off to Lysinger. Back to McFetters. McFetters looks for Griffin high post. Now the ball taken away. Good steal by Adams. She'll take it the length of the court and is fouled.
McFetters the foul.
McFetters picks up the foul, her second, and that's the 4th team foul. 3:53 to go in the half.
Well, the Jackets had over 5 in the first. Let's see, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fouls. That's 9 fouls now altogether.
Yeah, Adams misses the free throw. She'll have another one, and now Craze is going to come in. Ward back in. Swisegood will leave, and Petkova gets her first break of the afternoon.
Holland Craze, the junior out of Prairie Grove, Arkansas, makes her first appearance.
So here is Adams. Missed the first free throw, and gets the second one to go. The Vikings, again, good job at the free throw line. It's 33-21. McFetters across the timeline, takes a look at her coach, gets some instructions there. Down to 3:40 to go. High post, that's Wiley. Back out to Lysinger, who hands to Griffin. Back to McFetters. Vikings in a man-to-man defense. Nowhere for Fetters to go. Craze, good defense on her.
Down to 3 on the shot clock.
3, 2, 1. Long three on the way. Doesn't hit the rim. Hits the backboard. And the Vikings force a shot clock violation. And here come the fresh troops. Kiki Sears checking back in. Dawkins coming back into the contest.
Sydney Vaughn back in.
Sydney Vaughn will be back in. And also Nina Gavoli. So Gavoli for the second time back into the contest for the Yellow Jackets. And why not just make it 5 for 5? Emily Work will check in as well.
Things slowed down in the second quarter. The Vikings, a big 23-point first quarter. They still lead it by 12 points. They played a very good first half.
Here is Adams as she brings the ball into the forecourt, gives it to Craze. Craze. Back out front to Adams. Adams fires a three. Bang! Yep. Good job. Sierra Adams, she's a good shooter, hits that triple, and the Vikings have extended this lead to 15, 36-21. Down the top of the key, they give it off to Dawkins. Dawkins works it around to Wiley. Wiley to Work, fires a pass inside. It's tipped away by Ward. 3-on-2. Here comes Ashley. Left side all the way to the basket. Flips it up, no good. Rebound, Sierra Adams, and she's fouled. She'll shoot 2.
You know, she missed the shot, but I'm glad to see Ashley Ward use the left hand on that left side. Went up and missed the shot, but nice rebound by Adams. So Sierra, who scored, I think, the last 4 points for the Vikings, she'll go back to the line for 2 right here.
And that is the 5th foul of the half, and that one is on Sears, her second. Free throw, no good. Vikings with just 2 fouls. So it's your Frank Howell's going to look at that free throw percentage. But, Joe, Vikings are taking the ball inside, whereas the Yellow Jackets are relying on the outside shot. But here's a couple of missed free throws now by Adams. For 36-21 as she misses both free throws. And here's Dawkins, top of the key. Long three by Vaughn. This one won't go. Wark had it, lost it. Picked up by Dawkins at the free throw line. She'll dribble it out of the lane. Hand it off now to Gavoli. Tries to get it underneath to Vaughn. Ball tipped away from her. Dawkins has it in traffic on the baseline. Back to Vaughn. Puts up a shot. Scores. Good, strong move and a foul. Boy, she just went through a couple of the Vikings to get that one.
I'm not sure. You have to be very strong to get a shot like that up in the air. And Sydney Vaughn went right at the defense that time and flipped it in. That's a big play there.
Haley Meyer with a foul.
Vaughn with 8 points right now. She averages over 18 a game.
36-23. Free throw good. 3-point play for Vaughn. She now has 9. 36-24, 12-point game. Vikings put 23 points on the board in that first quarter. It's now 36-24 with 2 minutes to go in the half.
Graceland in foul trouble, going to stay in that zone.
Here's a three on the way that won't go. This one taken by Haley Meyer. And the Yellow Jackets come away with it. On the run is Sears. Dawkins will try an outside shot. It's too strong. Rebound in the corner. And Didi goes out of bounds. There was some contact, but they ruled it was incidental, so Didi couldn't keep her balance. She went down trying to keep her pivot foot down, and her hand touched on the end line out of bounds.
Going to be interesting to see how many three-point shots Grayson's taken in the first half.
Here it is, comes into Vaughn. Loses it. Picked up by Ward. She'll give it off to Adams. Adams stops to Craze. Craze right wing. Back out front to Adams. Meyer. Ashley Ward, baseline left side. They back away from her. Meyer has the top of the key. 1:30 to go in the half. Meyer taking her time. Almost traveled again.
Yep.
They have. Adams gives it off to Ward. Back it comes to Meyer. Skip pass left side. Long three on the way. This one won't go. Rebound pulled down by Sears. Sears on the run quickly for the Yellow Jackets. All the way to the basket. Just flips it up and in. Not very big. 5'6" sophomore has her first bucket. It's 36-26 as the Yellow Jackets making a little run here in the final couple of minutes of the first half. Here's Sears. Ooh.
Timeout.
Taken by the Vikings. I thought she almost picked that ball up and dribbled again, but a timeout had been called. So at halftime of this next game, we'll go over the scoring. We wanted to visit with Tori Cox, the cheerleading coach. They're doing a great job. And at halftime of the men's game, we're going to visit with Tim O'Connell. Tim?
Yeah, great guy.
MVC graduate, and he is the world champion in bareback, and had a chance to sit down with him last week for an interview that will also be shown on the Missouri Valley College Facebook page. If it's not already there today, it will be by Monday. Very, very entertaining young man, and about as humble as you want to be for a world champion.
What I've heard about Tim, I don't know Tim, but I've heard a great athlete and even a better young man.
You know, I always tell this story. He was in a class of mine, and he said he was going to be gone Friday because he had to be at a rodeo in Houston, Texas. I said, fine. He said he'll make up the work. Comes back Monday. He said, how'd you do? He said, made $35,000. I said, kind of hard to say you can't go. Can't miss a class once in a while.
But the question is, did you get my assignment done?
Yeah, but he did get his degree in public relations, making all that. Made $374,000 last year.
Wow,
as a 25-year-old
and he deserves every bit of it.
Yeah, we'll talk to him at halftime of the men's game today, and we'll also replay that interview Monday night when our KMMO audience is with us. Here's Craze for three from the corner. Won't go. 40 seconds to go. Nice offensive rebound. Put back in. Was that
Sierra Adams?
Sierra.
Yep.
Snuck in, got the offensive rebound and scored. She's had a nice half.
Yep.
38-26. 30 seconds to go in the half. Vaughn will try a three. It won't go. Rebound Meyer. The Vikings can work for the last shot, and I think that's what they want to do. As Dee looks over at Coach Tim Dixon and slows it down as she walks it across
this
the
half,
line.
the Yellow Jackets have lived by the three, and they've died by the three.
They really have. We'll give you those numbers at the half. Meyer holds it high over her head. Craze. Back to Meyer. 5, 4. Somebody's going to have to pull the trigger. Craze will fire for three. Whistle stops play. 3-second call.
Yep, okay.
38-26, 1.8 seconds to go. So it looks like it'll be 38-26 at the break.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Yeah, they throw it in at midcourt.
Ooh.
Meyer knocks it away from Vaughn.
Not always the best move to try to block a midcourt shot.
No. 38, yeah, they could have called that a foul. There was contact, but they were heading off the court. 38-26, Vikings up by 12. We are at the break. When we come back, we're going to take a look at the stats. We'll also talk to Victoria Cox, the Viking cheerleading coach, on another tremendous performance by her squad. We'll be right back.
Hey, everyone. Let's all stop what we're doing right now and take a moment. That felt good, huh? Just like that, we had a nice, special sort of moment together. Of course, they don't all need to be quiet moments to be special. They could be loud moments, goofy moments, sporty moments, dorky moments. Moments where we talk or walk or just hang out. It doesn't really matter. They all count. Because every time dads like us take a moment like that to spend with our kids, well, it's pretty momentous. Sounds like somebody agrees. So let's take a moment to make a moment. Today, call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Well, we'll have the statistics for in just a moment. Joe, you went over and talked to Lindsay Denny for just a moment. We're hoping it's just a bad sprain. It could be, it's not a knee. We're hoping it's just a bad sprain.
Well, I asked her, I said, we couldn't tell if it was the knee or the ankle. And I asked Lindsay, she said, it's my ankle. I've heard it before. I think it's just a bad sprain, but I'm sure they'll probably x-ray it just to be sure. But let's hope that's all it is. We really need her out there.
All right, let's take a look at the scoring, first of all, of that first half.
Okay, looking first of all for the Vikings. Nobody in double figures, but pretty good balanced scoring. 8 points for Ashley Ward to lead the way. 6 points each for a couple girls off the bench, Sarah Adams and Lindsay Denny, before Lindsay went down with that ankle injury. So they both had good first halves. 5 for Veronica Petkova in the first half. 4 points, it looks like, for Tessa Ramsey, also 4 for Deidre McCoy, 3.5 points for Dasha Ivanova. She drained 1 from beyond the arc, and then 1 basket by Devin Swisegood. For Graceland, Sydney Vaughn leads the way. Sydney with 9. She averages over 18 points a game. Gabes Lipinski had 8. She knocked down 2 from beyond the arc, but she has 3 fouls, so she had to sit out most of the second quarter. And then after that, it drops way down. 2 points each for Christacia Dawkins, Tristan McFetters, and then 1 point each. I'm sorry, 1 point for Bree Griffin, 2 points for Jamise Wiley, and then also 2 points for Kiki Sears.
All right, how about some shooting percentages?
Well, looks like the Vikings, pretty good shooting half. They shoot almost 42%. 41.9% from the floor. Graceland shoots 26.3%. The Vikings were on 2 of 8 from beyond the arc, but shot well from the free throw line, 10 out of 15. So looking at rebounding, it was an advantage for Missouri Valley. The Vikings out-rebounded Graceland 23-19. Again, one statistic that jumps out, 8 offensive rebounds for the Vikings in the first half, but 10 offensive rebounds for Graceland. So both teams really did a pretty good job.
How about the 3-point shots for Graceland?
Well, for Graceland, from beyond the arc, they were 4 out of 16. Yeah. So I knew they took a bunch of them.
All right. Gavin Runkle's going to join us in just a moment. We're going to talk cheerleading, and what another very nice competition for the Vikings. We'll talk to Gavin about it in just a minute.
Well, Jason, I've got to tell you, you're pretty much everything this company is looking for in an entry-level candidate.
Great.
Your resume isn't quite what we're used to, but you've got a fantastic work ethic.
Thank you.
And I'm impressed by how you carry yourself.
So, should we talk about the job?
What? The job? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have no way of recruiting or even meeting you. This interview didn't happen.
It may sound ridiculous, and that's because it kind of is. There's a huge pool of talent your company is missing out on. Meet the grads of life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Man, we really could have used him.
Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
We're back to the Burns Center, Grover C. Redford Gymnasium. Vikings lead 38-26. We are at the half. They lead over the Graceland Yellow Jackets. And we want to turn our attention a little bit to the cheerleading squad. Gavin Runkle joins us. Gavin, congratulations. Another fantastic performance by the guys and gals.
Thank you, sir. It was a very good performance, and we had a great time out at Sterling.
Can you tell us a little bit about it? The competition was yesterday, right?
Yes, it was, yes.
All right.
We had a long drive out there, and we had a great warm-up. Everybody looked real calm, and we there's only 3 other teams there, so it wasn't too big of a competition, but there was a good fan base. A lot of the athletic teams came out. Their basketball team, football team came out, and so they're cheering on their home squad, but we still came up and put a good routine out there. We had a couple drops, but for the most part, they did a very good job. They kept their cool and came out with the first place.
I'll tell you what, those gals and those guys work hard. You and Tori have them working. It's not easy. It's a lot of work, isn't it?
Yeah, we have them doing a lot of hours outside of practice, and make sure their grades stay up, but keep them in the weight room, and we push them pretty hard in the gym.
Now, what's next for you? Are there several more competitions, or just kind of take us through what's going to happen here in the rest of the semester?
So we got a couple weeks off now, and we kind of prepare. We got a couple injuries. We're trying to rehab a little bit, nothing too serious. But coming up on February 11th, we got conference, and we'll see a lot more teams there. And they're going to bring their A game, so we're going to definitely prepare for that. So we're going to see some schools that we haven't seen in the previous past competitions. And like I said, it's going to be a big one.
And where will that be?
Fayette.
It's Fayette. It's
Yep.
Central Methodist. So it's those who are listening, not too far away, 40 miles from Marshall, so good. And I know those competitions, a lot of the parents, if they can make it, will be there. So I'm sure that Puckett Fieldhouse will be almost full, won't it?
Absolutely, yeah. We're hoping a lot of the parents come out, and hopefully some students may even come out there since it's a little bit closer.
Now, what type of competition takes place? Are there different group sizes? How does it all work?
For the most part, you have co-ed, guys and girls out there. This previous competition, there was a different aspect that we haven't seen yet. A couple of the teams brought an individual group, so some of their more talented cheerleaders came out and put a group together, and they did some more difficult sequence of stunts that we hadn't originally seen in their routine. And a couple of them competed in that. We, stuck to the entire team aspect, so we didn't put a group out there, but that is something we may see at conference as well, and even some mascot performances may come out there. And we're working on getting our mascot trained up and even come out there and put on a performance as well with us, and they do their own little segment. But you'll see a little group aspect like that. So far this year, we've only competed against co-ed, so only guys and girls. And luckily, we have had a big guys on our team, and a little bit more than the other squads that we've seen so far.
Now, how many on a co-ed squad? Is there a limit?
Yes, there's a limit of 20, and you got to have half guys, half women.
Okay.
And but we brought our whole squad with us, and we have a little bit more alternates as other teams do, so we kind of are a little bit have a safety aspect there. But total of 20, and half guys, half women. And
I have seen this year probably more men on our squad than I have in past seasons. Am I right?
Yeah. So
obviously you and Victoria, you and Tori have gone out and recruited.
Absolutely.
Men, right?
Yeah, we've been working pretty hard, traveling to Arkansas, Oklahoma, and we've been on the road, making some good relationships with some schools and some gyms down there. And I'm from the Midwest, she's from the Midwest, so we know quite a bit of schools around here that we've kind of been pulling from. And ironically, Tori and I have been in this for a little bit, and we've never really had the issue of finding guys like we have so far. So we've kind of maxed out on guys that we want for next year, and we've been looking for women, which doesn't really come, that often. So we're very blessed to have the the athletes that we do. Yeah.
And so you're pretty well set. You're just like any other sport. You're kind of recruiting not only for this year, for down the road here.
Absolutely. Yeah, we look pretty heavily to the seniors, but we do also take interest into some of the juniors that seem a little bit more talented. And, we're looking for the right ones, the ones that seem to, want to go to college for the right reasons.
Sure.
And, we are in a smaller town, so if they're looking for the big town aspect going out, we kind of stray away from those. So we get the ones that are, real straight edge.
Well, they can get a good education. They can have a lot of fun, stay in shape,
yes.
A lot of competition. So there's a lot to look forward to. Plus, get some scholarship money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? That's kind of important in this day and age, get some scholarship money. So if anyone's listening, parents or whatever, and they know someone that might be interested, hey, get a hold of you, Gavin, or get a hold of Victoria and see what's out there, because it's a good place to go to school and good community, support for our college, and it'd be fun to be here.
Absolutely. We have a strong family growing, so anybody interested out there, don't be shy to give us a holler.
I tell you what, we broadcast these games, and I don't get to pay attention to much of the cheerleaders as I would like, but during football, they're right down in front of me.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, you have a heck of a squad, and they do make a difference. It does make a difference.
Yes. I've had a couple of football players come up to me, and they thanked us for going on road with them, because it does give them a little bit of motivation out there, and kind of scares the other team a little bit having somebody else yelling like that.
That's right. Well, Gavin, thanks for coming up. You guys keep up the good work. And, again, February 11th is the next competition, and that will be at Central Methodist. That's a Saturday.
Yes.
And that will be conference.
Yes, sir.
Well, we need to win that.
Yeah, we do.
I'm putting a little pressure on you. You all need to win that.
I think we're going to pull one out, and we'll have a good time out there.
Gavin, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it, buddy. We'll do it again.
Thanks, sir.
All right, Gavin Runkle. He is part of this team that put together this very impressive cheerleading squad. We'll be back with more about 4 minutes away from the second half. We're coming right back.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
You're bringing your daughter to her favorite pop star's concert. Do you A, wear earplugs?
Isn't this fun, Dad?
I'll have a soft pretzel.
B, remember the moment with matching concert t-shirts.
That's going to be $180.
Or we can just take a photo.
C, show her how you used to do concerts.
We're going crowd surfing.
I can't. It's too heavy. Oh, my God.
Or D, just roll with it.
Woo! Justin! Look at us. We're over here.
Justin! OMG! He just looked. I love you, Justin! I love you!
When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers. But that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Well, we have a couple of the women's scores. Again, the noon games today. And Benedictine went on the road to Dubuque and beat Clark 67-62. And Baker won. So the two teams that top the conference both win. They both improved to 15-2 with their victories, as Benedictine wins at Clark 67-62, and Baker wins at William Penn 71-67. So William Penn falls to 11-5, and Clark drops to 8-8. The other game that we have a score, Evangel at home beat Mount Mercy 63-46. So Evangel wins that game. They are now 7-10. They will stay a game ahead of the Vikings no matter what happens today. And Mount Mercy, who the Vikings defeated, they will fall to 6-11. So a Viking win today, and they could be right there with Mount Mercy. So that's what's happened so far this afternoon.
And you look at Mount Mercy, the Vikings of Mount Mercy are tied with the tiebreaker. I guess the first tiebreaker is they split the two games. Kind of funny that the road team won both games. Mount Mercy won here, and the Vikings won on Wednesday night up there. So, and then again, Culver and Grandview are playing. We don't have that score, but one of those teams will be 6-11 also. So the Vikes could move up a couple notches if they can hang on here. Good first half. One of the best first halves for the Vikings all year, as they put 38 points on the board and lead by 12.
Vikings average 65 points a game, and Graceland comes in. Graceland's problem, Joe, as far as the women's side, stopping people. They score 69 a game, but they have given up 82 points a game. You're not going to win many when the differential's about 13 points, not in your favor.
You know, and I think the perfect example in this conference of what defense can do, again, I sound like a broken record. Look at the Benedictine men.
Yes.
I think they're, 11-5 right now, I believe. They're 11-5, and I bet they haven't scored over 70 points in half their games.
Yeah, but they just continue. They just continue to play that hard defense, and you talk about that. And if we can take a quick look at the standings as far as offense, Benedictine. You talk about the Benedictine men. They're 12th in scoring. No surprise there, but they are number one in scoring defense.
So, they beat somebody. I think they beat Central Methodist on the road the other night, like 68-65 or something like that. and Central Methodist couldn't miss when we played them down there.
Miss. On Monday, we head to Baker, and we will thank Marshall Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. They now are the providing transportation for Joe and I. We go on the road, so we'll enjoy their transportation, their vehicles from Marshall Chrysler Jeep Dodge on Monday. Second half underway. Joe has it for us.
Their Marshall Chrysler Dodge is probably going to save you about 50 hours of travel time here the second half, so we certainly appreciate them doing that. All right, Valley gets the ball to start the second half. They lead it by 12. It's Ivanova, Petkova, Ramsey, McCoy, and Ashley Ward, the 5 on the floor, and a shot taken by Dasha misses. Nice offensive rebound as Ashley Ward goes up and gets the offensive rebound, but she's tied up with the alternate possession rule. The ball will go back to the Yellow Jackets as we're just underway here in the second half. McFetters brings it across. Lipinski back in the game. She's playing with 3 fouls. Now, nice entry pass inside. Great pass by Walk as she gets the ball down to Sydney Vaughn. Sydney banks it off the glass, up and in. So good pass by Emily Work. And give Vaughn 11. She's in double figures. She averages 18 points a game. Now Petkova, head of the key to Ramsey. Hands on the left wing to Ivanova. Now Ward. Oh, Ward goes down the baseline. Wow. Ashley gets pretty well shoved. Emily Work out of the way. Got the layup. We'll take it. Ashley at double figures with 10. Vikes on the defensive end. They lead it still by 12. Head of the key to Lipinski. Lob down low. Now the ball knocked away. Good job by Deidre McCoy. They tried to lob it into Sydney Vaughn, and Deidre came over the top from the backside, got in Vaughn's way, and Vaughn knocks it out of bounds. So with 8:48 left to play in quarter number 3, Missouri Valley with the ball and a 12-point lead. Pressure by the Jackets. Ahead to Ward. Ashley. Well, we're even now.
Yeah,
we're even. Emily Work just shoved Ashley Ward out of bounds. No call. Ashley shoved her a minute ago. No call.
We're even.
All right. Drive inside. Now tied up inside. Good D by the Vikings. There's a 3 by Work off the left wing. No good. Petkova gets a rebound. Here come the Vikes on the run. Veronica with the left hand. Good. Veronica Petkova takes it coast to coast, puts it up and in with the left hand. Give her 7. 14-point Missouri Valley lead. Dawkins. Head of the key now to Lipinski. Dawkins gets it back, launches a 3 off the right wing. Pinball's out. McCoy runs it down right in front of the Graceland bench.
They're going to keep shooting those threes, aren't they?
It looks like it. Ward on the left wing. She and Work collide again. This time they're going to get Work, I think, for the foul. So that's the 3rd trip down the floor where Ashley Ward and Emily Work have collided. And this time they call the foul on Work. That's going to put Ashley Ward on the line for 2 shots. Ashley with 10 points in the game. She's 2 out of 2 from the stripe. First shot by the senior is good. Ashley, again, a senior out of Springdale, Arkansas, and she knocks down that first free throw. What's Ashley on the year from the line? She's looks like about a 68% free throw shooter. She buries both of them this time. So give her 12 points in the game. Dawkins outside to Work. Right wing it comes to Vaughn, who hands to Lipinski. Work launches a deep 3 off the left wing. This one too strong. Rebound McCoy. Likes giving them just 1 shot. 10 offensive rebounds for Graceland in the first half. I'm sure that's something Coach Tim Dixon talked about. Now Veronica Petkova. Petkova buries one off the right baseline, and just like that, biggest lead of the game for Missouri Valley. They're up by 18. Now a nice pass inside as Graceland gets the ball inside to Christacia Dawkins. She kisses it off the glass. She's got 4. 46-30 Missouri Valley. There's that press again. No problem for the Vikings, though. Ivanova picked up by McFetters outside. Hands to Ramsey, head of the key. Tessa squares up. Jump shot, a little bit short. Offensive rebound. Petkova got it. Boy, Veronica Petkova. Let's see, Ken, in the first half, would they give her how many offensive rebounds? They gave her 2. They only credit her with 2 offensive rebounds, but she's really done a good job on the offensive glass.
Working hard, and she's kind of taking over here in the second half.
Now Graceland tries to lob it inside, but good weak side defense by the Vikings, and 3 new players come in for Graceland. Anna Trost comes in for the Vikings, and Haley Lysinger comes in, Jamise Wiley, and also Kiki Sears. Yep. It'll be Graceland ball. 6:41 left in the third quarter. Deep three by Vaughn off the right side. This one's short. So again, Graceland seems like the Jackets going to either live or die by the three here. Right now they're not doing too well.
They're getting last rights.
Yeah. High post, Ivanova down to McCoy. D-drop off the glass and in. Get the ball to Didi down in the low block. She spins, puts it off the glass and in. It's a 20-point Missouri Valley lead.
Now the Vikings starting to pull away. Let's keep it going here the next few minutes and put this thing away.
Deep three by Lipinski. She was hot in the first half. Let's give her 4 on that. That was an NBA three, I think. That's 3 threes for Gabus Lipinski. And she pulls Graceland within 17. Right wing McCoy. Didi high post to Trost. Trost hands to Ivanova. Dasha drives inside. She's going to be bumped, I think, on the drive. Do they count the basket? No. They say before the shot. So did they call that on Sears? I thought they call that. That's Sears' third foul. So Kiki Sears picks up foul number 3. Now Ashley Ward. Ashley gets inside position. Let her get inside. Yep. She's going to burn you. And she did that time. She's got 14. Vikings lead it by 19. And we got a timeout, an official's timeout.
Looks like Haley Myers going to check in. Here come the troops. Boyd Lockett checking in. Who else?
Holland Craze.
Holland Craze.
Well, Ward now, look at Ashley and said she's got 14 points in the game. Veronica Petkova, I've got her with 11. They're both in double figures for the Vikings. 5:36 left to play in the third quarter. It's all Missouri Valley. The Vikings led at 38-26 at halftime. In complete control right now. Let's see if they can keep it going. Outside head of the key, Lipinski on the right wing to Vaughn. Vaughn back to Lipinski. Deep three. Got it. Wow. That's not a pretty shot there. That one danced on the rim, but it did fall through. So I think Coach Frank Howell takes a timeout. So 5:16 left to play in the third quarter. Missouri Valley at home on top of the Graceland Yellow Jackets, 52-36.
Well, and don't have all the totals from today, but you talk about threes. Just to give a comparison, coming into this game, Graceland put up 475 three-point shots. Wow. The Vikings 282.
Yeah.
So almost 200 more shots from beyond the arc for Graceland.
Well, and they really don't have much of an inside game.
No.
You got Sydney Vaughn that can play in there, but that's about it. So you got those shorter girls. You've got to shoot from the perimeter, and that's exactly what they do. And they started out, they hit like their first 3 or 4 of those shots in the game, and then went ice cold.
And now the Vikings with that 52-36 lead. But Joe, right here, midway through the third quarter is when the Vikings really have to continue the pressure and kind of try to put this game away by the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, they do. You're at home, pretty decent crowd here, so you got to put the pedal to the metal right now. And the Vikes have really played well. They led 23-18 after one, 38-26 at halftime, and now lead it by 16. All right, a little pressure by Graceland. They get it into Alexis Boyd Lockett, the senior out of St. Paul. Ahead now to Ivanova, tried to skip it to Holland Craze. Had it knocked out of bounds by one of the Yellow Jackets.
But good job by the Vikings against that pressure. Get the ball and go. You be the aggressor, and that's what they've been doing against that press.
Holland Craze will inbound. Gets it outside to Ivanova. Ivanova out of Kursk, Russia. Left wing to Craze. Zone defense once again by the Yellow Jackets. Dasha drives around Lysinger. Skip pass, tried to get it across to Alexis Boyd Lockett, taken away by Lipinski. Ahead to Sears. Sears off the glass and in. Nice job. Lipinski got the steal, got it ahead to Sears. She kisses it off the glass to make it a 14-point game. Trost. Skip pass across to Haley Meyer. Good job breaking the press by the Vikings.
And Haley stopped and waited for her guard. She didn't try to take it inside.
Ivanova, double screen, head of the key. She spins to the right wing. Now back to Alexis Boyd Lockett. Meyer on the left wing. Looks like they're going to back off, give Alexis that shot, but instead Haley Meyer. Haley takes one off the left wing, and Haley Meyer, a good three-point shooter. That's her first bucket of the game as she buries one from beyond the arc. And again, Haley is a sophomore out of Moscow Mills, Missouri. Now Meyer goes for the steal. Lysinger knocked away. Now Meyer goes to the ground but keeps her dribble. Good hustle by Haley. Now they say as she gets up, she finally walks with it.
She did a nice job dribbling the ball, and when she stood up, she stopped dribbling. And if she'd have continued to dribble, she'd have been all right, but she stopped the dribble, stood up.
He's on her hind side. That ball was just bouncing like she was standing straight up.
Well, the Globetrotters are in the area, Columbia or Kansas City, so maybe she saw them play.
Could have. There's a nice defense by the Vikings as Anna Tross gets a steal. Alexis Boyd-Lockett brings it across the timeline, head of the key to Ivanova. Dasha picked up on the right wing, now gets it to Meyer. Her jump shot hits the back of the rim and comes off. And they say knocked out of bounds, touch last. I think they're going to say Anna Tross touched it last. So out of bounds as McFetters comes back in, and also coming back in for Graceland, Nina Gavoli. 55-38. Vikings have led most of the way. We're down to 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Missouri Valley trying to move their conference record. Right now they're 5-10, trying to go to 6-10 and move up a notch in the standings. Emily Work, head of the key, McFetters. Gavoli fakes a three. Deep three by Griffin, good. The left-hander, Bree Griffin. That's Griffin's first basket. That's a triple. Give her 4 points, cuts it to 14. There's that press again. Craze across to Meyer. Once again, Vikes doing a pretty good job against that press, Ken.
Did a real good job of getting the ball into the forecourt.
Lockett dribbles to the left wing. Double team there. High post to Meyer. Right wing, Craze down to 10 on the shot clock. Holland puts it up and in, so Holland Craze knocks down a jump shot off the right wing. That's her first basket of the game. Now the other way, shot missed by Griffin. Rebound Craze. Holland quickly into the forecourt. Now she'll back it out. Backs it out to Lockett. Lockett will set the offense head of the key. Man, now Graceland in a man. They've been in a zone good part of the game. Oh, a nice take that time. That time, Ken, Alexis Boyd-Lockett saw the whole left side of the court cleared off. She drove hard with the left hand and went right to the basket. She's going to be fouled. That foul's going to come up, I believe, on McFetters. That'll be her third.
Yeah, McFetters has 3, Lipinski 3, and Sears with 3 now.
And Lockett knocks down the first free throw. So the senior out of St. Paul knocks down the first one. She'll have one more with 2:22 left to play in the third. Second shot is short. Nice rebound that time by Wiley for Graceland. Next need to continue to get stops on defense. Gavoli. Deep three by Griffin, head of the key. This one pinballs out, down inside, but then came out. Now Craze got the rebound, knocked down, but gets it over to Lockett, who passes to Ivanova.
Starters getting some pretty good rest here for the Vikings with a 17-point lead.
And this second bunch kind of holding the rope, doing a pretty good job right now. Now they bounce it high post to Haley Meyer, down low to Trost. Anna, left-hand shot. Rolls around the rim and comes out. Here comes Graceland. McFetters. Outside, Gavoli a 3. This one no good. Rebound Trost. Good job by Anna that time. Yeah, he's probably a lot of fun to play on this Graceland team. Get to shoot all those threes. Yep. Now they get it into Trost. Good. They get the ball to Anna Trost on the low block. She spins. The ball rolls on the rim and goes in. That's her first basket of the game. 8 different Vikings have scored. 9 different Vikings have scored.
19-point lead. Keep it right there.
Wrap around into Griffin. Griffin drives inside. Nice move by Bree Griffin, and she's fouled. As 4 different Vikes, 4 of the regulars get set to check back in. Ashley Ward, Dee Dee McCoy, Tessa Ramsey, Veronica Petkova, and Sierra Adams. I think she put a whole new 5.
And
they're all just whole new 5 coming in from Missouri Valley.
And I think you have 1, 2, 3, or 4 players coming in now for Graceland after this free throw.
Get your lineup cards out. Know who's out there now.
Here they come.
Griffin knocks down the first free throw. She'll have one more.
Lipinski coming back in. Vaughn's back in.
So
Craze comes out. She did a nice job.
Changing of the guard right now. 5 new Vikings and about 3 new Yellow Jackets out on the floor. So Griffin will have one more. She's a freshman out of Long Beach, California. Misses the second free throw. Rebound McCoy. Here comes Didi. Head of the key now to Veronica. Now gets it on the left wing to Ward. Now Grayson looks like they're back in that zone again. Ooh, now no-look pass as Petkova tried to get it down to Sierra Adams, and I think McFetters knocked it out of bounds as Dawkins comes back in. Griffin takes a seat for the Jackets. Graceland Missouri Valley to inbound. Outside to Didi. Right wing to Adams. Wraparound pass. Ashley Ward goes in, and they're going to say Ashley traveled. That time Ashley tried to go through a double team. She's normally very effective going to the basket, but really no place to go that time, and she turns it over. 60-42, 30 seconds left to play in the quarter. Nice pass. Oh, great pass that time from McFetters as she hits Christacia Dawkins down in the low post. Dawkins spins and lays it in. Down to 19, ahead to Ward. Ashley. Oh, Ashley goes in. That's going to be an offensive foul, I think. As Ashley plows into Sydney Vaughn, knocks Vaughn to the deck. They're going to call Ashley. Said she ran over Vaughn that time. I think that's probably a pretty good call.
And not a bad foul though, because she says, "Hey gals, I'm coming in there, so
hey,
get ready."
Anytime you're playing aggressively, that's Ashley Ward's game to go to the basket. So just doing what she does best. All right wing, it comes to McFetters. Head of the key, Lipinski. They're right on Gavis Lipinski now.
They get shot out.
And then Grayson. That's the end of the quarter. Is the Yellow Jackets. Neither the Yellow Jackets nor myself are looking at the time right there. And the quarter expires. The Vikings lead it. Good third quarter. They've extended a 12-point halftime lead to 16 as Missouri Valley leads at 60-44.
Yeah, very impressive third quarter. The Vikings, in fact, were up by 12 at the half, so they have improved on that. Looking good to maybe get their 6th conference win. And again, as you said, we're at the part of the season now. These things are important because the Vikings are fighting for those playoff spots. They're not going to be in the top half of the conference. That'll be Baker, Benedictine, Central, William Penn, and Mid-America Nazarene will battle for the top 4 spots. But you want to get in. Joe, if you want to get even 7 and 8, then you get a play-in game. You get to play at home.
Yeah,
one of those games.
You know, in the number 6 position, not out of reach right now. I think right now Clark is 8 and 7, so they're only basically 2 games. Or 3, however you want to put it. The Vikings have 10 losses, so I guess in the loss column there's a 3-game difference. We still play Clark, so nice to still get up to 6th or 7th and be in pretty good shape.
So still a lot of basketball to play, but as you mentioned, still have to go to some tough places to play. Still have to go to Benedictine, have to go to Baker and Mid-American Nazarene.
Yeah, not easy venues, and William Penn.
So 4 tough road games left.
You talk about in Gavis Lipinski. Who's that? Is that skater? That's Tara Lipinski, wasn't it? I keep wanting to call her Tara Lipinski.
Skater.
All right. It'll be Viking ball to start the 4th quarter. They lead it by 16 as it's Adams, Petkova, McCoy, Ramsey, and Ashley Ward, the 5 on the floor from Missouri Valley to start the 4th period. Ward on the baseline, gets to the Petkova. Veronica tried to go off the glass. Can't get it to go, and now they're going to call a reach-in foul. That's going to be a reach-in, I think, on Deidre. Deidre McCoy reaches in. That'll be Didi's 2nd foul. So Graceland gets the ball. Vikes still in that man-to-man. They've been in that man the entire game. Work. Hands back to Lipinski. Now down, tried to pass it inside to Vaughn. Good job by Petkova to get in the lane. And boy, now a scrum on the floor is 3 or 4 bodies rolling around. And they can talk it over, see what's going to happen now. So I think they say Graceland took a timeout. Did they take a timeout? I think Coach Frank Howell got a timeout as Sydney Vaughn was rolling around on the floor with 2 Vikings on her back that time. And somehow in the midst of all that mess, Coach Frank Howell gets a timeout. So 9 minutes, 25 seconds left to play in the game. It's all Missouri Valley right now as the Vikings trying to pick up their 6th conference win They lead at 60-44.
And in pretty good shape. And, Joe, I don't know, consistently, I mean, through all 4 quarters of this game, this may be about as consistent as the Vikings have been all year long, at least the games we've seen them, because they just have not had that little stretch where we've seen them so many when they can't put the ball in the basket. They've been pretty steady the entire ball game.
You know, and Ken, the Vikes have really played pretty well their last 4 games. They got that win over Peru State, played well on the road, could have beaten Culver Stockton, lost in overtime, got a nice road win against Mount Mercy. Nice. So team's starting to play better, but now we'll see how much better as these conference heavyweights coming up the next couple of weeks. All right, Graceland ball. Man-to-man by the Vikings. Left wing Dawkins, head of the key to McFetters. She drives in, great pass, but the shot missed. McFetters got it into Vaughn, but Vaughn couldn't finish. So good defense by Missouri Valley that time. Now Deidre walking across with a left-hand dribble. Might want to think about running some clock now. I've got a pretty good lead. Petkova, right wing to Ramsey. Head of the key to Dede. Dede spins to the left wing with 10 on the shot clock. 3 by Petkova. Good. Rana Petkova. That one rolled around the rim, but then it fell in. So Veronica with 14 points right now. She's had a good game. 63-44, a 19-point game. Now a good backdoor cut as Emily Work cuts backdoor, and I think Deidre jumped on her back. Looked like she was maybe trying to ride a horse that time or something.
Deidre was going to try to get a block, and a little head and shoulder fake got her in the air, and she picked up the 3rd foul.
Graceland inbound. We get it into Dawkins, but she's going to be fouled by Sierra Adams. So the Vikings pick up 2 fouls in 1 second. As Adams gets her first. That's the Vikings' 3rd here in the quarter, and we've only played a minute and a half, so that's going to put Christacia Dawkins on the line here for 2 shots.
Vikings have a huge advantage at the free throw line today.
Dawkins knocks down the first one. So give Dawkins 7 points in the game. She'll have 1 more. She's a sophomore out of Sebring, Florida. Second shot by the right-hander's good. So Dawkins buries both. And it's a 17-point game with 8.5 left to play. Petkova slashes inside. They're going to call a block. They're going to get Sydney Vaughn for a block, as Vaughn, who drew that charge from Ashley Ward not that long ago, tried to step in. Ken, she was down inside that circle that time. I think that's why they call that a block. I think she was set, but she was inside that circle right under the basket.
You're in the circle, it's going to be a block every time.
So Petkova draws the beneficiary of the foul, and Veronica knocks down the first free throw, so she will have 1 more as Vaughn picks up her 2nd foul. Veronica's 2nd shot is good. And again, Veronica, a freshman out of Montana, Bulgaria. Good game for her, 16 points so far. McFetters outside to Dawkins, back to Work. Work spins on Adams. Dawkins launches a 3 off the left wing. Rebound, Ashley Ward.
Well, if this team would hit those threes, they'd score 150 points a game.
Yeah. Petkova, head of the key to McCoy. Deidre drives on Dawkins, off the glass, rolls around. Rebound Work for Graceland. It does McFetters, look out, down the middle, got it. Boy, and that's only the 2nd basket. Tristan McFetters averaging over 15 points a game. She's been held to 4. Now there's that press by the Jackets. Good job by the Vikings. They get it to Ward down low, and now Ashley started to go to the basket, then decided to bring it out. And now Petkova sets the offense with 7 minutes, 23 seconds left to play in the game.
Vikings in pretty good shape, again up by 17.
Petkova, baseline jumper by Veronica. Got another one. Boy, she's on fire right now.
Taking over.
That's 18 points for Veronica, and she's got 7 of those here in this quarter, 13 in the second half.
McFetters missed the shot, and I think they may have called an offensive foul on the rebound. They did on Sydney Vaughn.
So Sydney Vaughn picks up, I believe that's her 3rd. So Sydney Vaughn picks up her 3rd personal foul. And let's see, Haley Meyer and Alexis Boyd Lockett both check back in for Missouri Valley. Lockett now double teamed under the Graceland basket. Good job getting it ahead to Petkova. Ooh, and Veronica just knocked to the ground by Christacia Dawkins. Didn't mean to do it. Veronica stopped on a dime that time, and Dawkins couldn't stop. It's kind of like when you're the car driving behind somebody, they stop all of a sudden, pow.
You can't stop, and that's what happened.
That's 2 fouls on Dawkins, a non-shooting foul. So Missouri Valley gets to keep the ball. Head of the key, Meyer. Haley's 3. Got it. Nice job as Haley buries her second triple of the game from the head of the key. It's a 22-point Viking lead with just over 16 minutes left. There's Lipinski from beyond the arc. Got another one. Boy, good game for her. She's been a shining star for this Graceland team. That's her 5th 3, Ken. 17 points in the game.
Yeah, and she started off hot, and she's kind of continued that way, but she's really the only one.
And she's been in foul trouble a good part of the game. Now Missouri Valley will set the offense as we near the 6-minute mark. 19-point game. Lockett. Right wing Ward. Ashley for the 3. Rolls around the rim and comes out. Rebound to McFetters. She takes it coast to coast. Missed it. Missed the runner. Offensive rebound. Vaughn goes over the top of Meyer. Basket and 1. So nice job by Sydney Vaughn. Got the offensive rebound. Went right up against Haley Meyer, and Haley whacks her on the arm. So Vaughn will be at the line for a chance at a 3-point play as Graceland now on a 5-0 run. That's Meyer's second foul.
She's pretty strong. Now, she's not a big girl. I mean, as far as, she's tall, 5'11", but you can tell she's been in the weight room. She's strong. When she gets inside in that contact, she's not afraid to put the ball up, and she can get it to the rim.
And she knocks down the free throw. Give her 14 points in the game on an 18-point average. 6-0 run for Graceland. What was a 22-point game a minute ago is down to 16.
Got to be careful here.
Once again, good job by the Vikings breaking that press. Lockett, left-hand dribble. Alexis Boyd sets it head of the key. High post to Meyer. Haley's jumper. This one an air ball off the left side. And Haley, don't think Haley quite got her feet set that time.
Yeah, kind of floated to the air. Peterson will come in, and Ashley Ward will leave now with 70-54. And then it looks like who else coming in? Sierra Adams is coming in.
Michele Higa.
Michele Higa will come in.
Annette Peterson, a junior out of Marupe, Latvia, and Michele Higa, a junior out of Aiea, Hawaii. I don't know if I pronounced that right or not. I have no idea.
We need to travel there and find out.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's a pretty place.
Yeah. I'm sure it beats the weather we're dealing with here today. All right, jacket ball, Yellow Jackets. Bring it across, work. Picked up by Higa outside. Higa. Now Sears drives in. A runner by Sears, good. So extend the run. That's 8 straight for Graceland. And the Jackets trying very quietly to climb back in this thing. They've got the lead down to 14. Peterson, left wing. Now Adams will run the point. 5 minutes, down to the 5-minute mark in the game. Peterson. 14 on the shot clock. Graceland in that zone. No, I guess they're back in the man again now, I think. There's a deep 3 by Adams. This one misses. Oh, rebound. Oh, they're going to call a tie-up. Nice job by Alexis Boyd Lockett as Bree Griffin grabbed the rebound. Alexis Boyd tied her up, but it'll be Graceland ball with the alternate possession rule.
Boy, they get a bucket here, and they cut this thing back to 12 or 11 points. So big possession defensively for the Vikings.
Under 5 minutes. Don't want to get too complacent here, though. This team, any team that shoots the threes, if they get hot, look out. Now a nice drive by Griffin. Missed the shot, though. Nice rebound, Haley Meyer from Missouri Valley. Meyer brings it across. Hands it to Peterson. Net gets it head of the key to Higa. Michelet, Coach Tim Dixon yelling out a set play that he wants the Vikes to run. Wraparound pass to Meyer. Haley spins into the lane, goes up, and she's going to draw a foul on Griffin. So good job. Get the ball in the middle like that, go right at the basket. That's exactly what Haley Meyer did. She'll be on the line for 2 shots.
I guess they called on Wiley, number 23.
Wiley got the call. She and Griffin were both there, but the bottom line is Haley Meyer is going to be on the line for 2 shots.
By the way, I did my homework, and 35 is Bianca Penzi. She hasn't been in the second half.
Okay.
I found that out, so I did my research.
They have her listed as 50 on our program. Meyer knocks down the first free throw. So Haley will have one more here. Got them both. So Haley, a good second half. She's got 8 points in the game. 2 triples, 2 for 2 from the line. The lead back up to 16. Now Lockett almost gets a steal. Sears. That's quite a tail on the headband that Kiki Sears is wearing right now.
Higa with a steal.
Michelet tried to get it ahead to Adams. Had it taken away by Sears.
Yeah, she gets run down the court. That thing flies behind her.
That might almost could be a kite, I think.
Might take off.
Right, here's the travel. That's the travel. That the tail on the headband didn't slow her down quite enough that time.
.346 left.
Missouri Valley ball, 72-56. The Vikings have been ahead most of the way. Graceland jumped out to an early lead, but Vikes grabbed a 5-point lead at the end of the first and have not looked back. Boyd Lockett brings it across the timeline. Hands it up to Peterson. Annette, who can shoot the 3, goes right wing, back to Lockett. Down to 9 on the shot clock. Vikes need to get into something here. Hicka drives the left hand, baseline jumper, rolls around the rim and comes off. Rebound McFetters. Nice pass. Oh, got it to Dawkins. Dawkins missed the shot, and now offensive rebound, and Haley Meyer, if looks could kill, look out. But Haley Meyer got the block, but they say she fouled Sydney Vaughn. The shot was missed by Dawkins, but Vaughn got the rebound. They're going to give Haley a foul, and that'll be her 3rd foul, so that puts Sydney Vaughn on the line for 2 right here. First shot good. So Vaughn getting close to that 18-point average. She'll have one more right here. Cheerleaders trying to distract her on the far end, and they did. Hick got the rebound. 3 minutes. 3 minutes to go. 15-point Viking lead. Vikes in pretty good shape. Just need to keep playing the way they have been. Head of the key to Lockett. Lockett left-hand dribble. Deep 3. Off the front of the rim. Good hustle by Alexis Boyd Lockett to get the offensive rebound. Now throws it right to Lipinski. Lipinski guarded by Meyer. Drives in. Missed the runner. Rebound McFetters. Had it taken away by Anna Tross.
Yellow Jackets have had some shots to get back in this thing and missed them.
Yeah. Peterson, baseline. Into the corner. Down low now to Lockett. Deep 3 by Peterson. Hits the rim, but nice offensive rebound that time is Anna Tross. Anna Tross goes up inside, gets that offensive rebound, and sticks it back in. Anna's got 4.
Yep.
Timeout on the court. 2:21 left to play. Looks like the Vikes are going to win their 6th conference game as they lead it by 17.
Yeah, they're in pretty good shape now after that bucket. If that's the way it ends, Ashley Ward had a nice game. Dee Dee was not in double figures today, but Petcove and Ward led the way in scoring. Now, check that test. So Ramsey going to check back in for Valley here.
And again, if you just tuned in, Lindsey Denny, the senior for the Vikes, went down with, we think, was a high ankle sprain late in the first half. Lindsey came off the bench and scored 6 quick points. We certainly hope she's okay as the Vikings, again, right now, Jordan Salas and Peyton Funk, I think both pretty well out for the season, so we hope Lindsey can get back out there as quickly as possible.
At the conference dual wrestling in Baldwin City today, the Vikings defeated Graceland 24-14, and the Vikings also win over William Penn 36-18, so they won the first 2, and they have Grandview coming up next, I believe.
Well, maybe
we'll see how that goes.
You think the Grayson people are saying good day to be a Viking?
Yeah. But the Vikings and Vikings will wrestle next at that duel, so the Valley will have to take on the 6-time defending champion Grandview Vikings.
Well, this men's game coming up ought to be a great one. The Graceland Yellow Jackets, a very good men's team. They really got hot in the middle of the season and beat the Vikes by over 20, I think, up in Lamoni. So this should be a good game this afternoon.
They average 86 points a game. Valley averages 81 points a game on the men's side.
Now the Vikes get a steal. Ramsey gets a steal and gets it ahead to Higa. Michelet brings it across. Down low to Lockett. Lockett will back it out right in front of the Viking bench. Now Peterson goes to the right wing, guarded by Dawkins. Vikes running some clock right now in pretty good shape. We're under 2 minutes. I'm not going to miss the time again. Now, Michelet drives in. I think she's going to be fouled on the drive. I think they're going to call a foul on Vaughn. Sydney Vaughn gets her 4th foul as she fouls Michelet, and that's the 5th, either the 4th or the 5th.
I think it's the 5th.
I think it is. I think that's going to put Higa on the line for 2. Yeah, that is the 5th. So Michelet, the left-hander out of Hawaii, puts up the free throw, leaves it a little bit short, as she will try to get into the scoring column with the 2nd free throw. The southpaw bends the knees in the air. Got it. So Michelet gets in the book, knocks down 1 out of 2. 1:42 left in the game. Vaughn goes right at Tross. Nice drive. Vaughn's a good player.
Yeah,
she got the ball. Spun right around with the left hand, went right at Anna Trost, and not much else Anna could do but foul her, and that's exactly what she did. Vaughn's first shot good. So I've got her at 16 in the game. Second shot is good. Sydney Vaughn, we mentioned her name. She's a senior out of Prairie Village, Kansas. She leads this team in scoring. Pretty solid player. There's pressed by Graceland. Down to 1.5 minutes in the game. Now they almost get a steal as McFetters got the steal, but she's about 5 feet out of bounds when she got control of it.
If the Vikings can just take care of the ball, they'll win this game. They can take time off the clock. They really don't have to worry about shooting right now. The clock's on their side.
Lockett gets it across. Bounce pass to Tross. Now Anna. Back out to Lockett. Down to 1:20. Right wing Ramsey. 9 on the shot clock. Vikes need to get into something here. Backdoor cut by Higa. Nice job. Great backdoor cut. She and Tessa Ramsey communicated very well that time. Tessa faked the pass. Michelet cut back door, laid it in. She's got 3. Lipinski, another 3. This is an air ball. Rebound work. Missed the follow. Nice rebound on a Trost. Under 1 minute. Ahead to Ramsey. Missed a wide open layup. Oh, good job running the floor. Tessa missed the shot. Here comes McFetters, who had it blocked by Trost. 38 seconds left to play. Now Vaughn gets a steal and a basket. And Coach Frank Howell still coaching. That's good to see. He's still coaching this young team, and he takes a timeout with 35 seconds left. I guess just took it maybe to get 5 new players on the floor.
Yeah, just took the timeout to get some players, not going to talk to them. That's all he wanted was just substitution timeout.
35 seconds left. Vikings ahead, 77-61. Going to jump up a notch in the standings. Going to move into a tie with 2 of the 4 out of Grandview, Culver, Stockton. We know Evangel won today, so they'll move up into a tie with Mount Mercy, and will also tie the loser of that Culver, Stockton, Grandview game.
Yeah, Evangel 7-10. The Vikings after today will be 6-10, and Mount Mercy falls to 6-11. Again, they've played 1 more game than the Vikings have. So at Parks 8-8. We don't have a score on Culver, Grandview yet. Those are the other 2 teams ahead of the Vikings right now, and again, still no scores there. But those are the only 3 we have. We already have a men's score.
A men's score.
Yeah, Mount Mercy beat Evangel 76-63. So they played at 2 today, and they're done. 76-63, Mount Mercy with a win. So that's 1 score already. They played at 2 o'clock today, so they've already got that win again.
Can you ever hear at Christmas in January? My daughter Katie's right behind us. We're going to celebrate Christmas tomorrow.
That sounds like a good deal.
All right. Now the Vikings, nice steal by Lockett. Ahead to Peterson, up, lays it in. So good job that time as Alexis Boyd Lockett got the steal, got it ahead to Peterson. We're down to 27 seconds in the game. 79-61, the Vikings lead it. Now Sears the other way. Missed the shot, but a nice rebound by Wiley, but taken away by Trost. Ahead to Peterson. Annette lays it in. So good job by Trost. Peterson with the basket. 20-point lead, under 10 seconds left. So a good win for the Vikings. Played pretty well wire to wire here this afternoon. Good offensive and defensive game. 81 points, held Graceland in the 60s. And that's it as the Vikings win it. The Vikings lead pretty well wire to wire. played a lot of people. A lot of people scored. They win it 81-61.
All right, we'll be back with the scoring and talk to the coach in just a minute.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. With millions of YouTube views, shares, Instagram likes, followers, and fans across the globe. But what do all these amazing pets have in common? Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a shelter or adoptable pets near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard? Well, that's entirely up to you. Visit theshelterpetproject.org and hear more about Hamilton the Pug, Toast, and Keyboard Cat's amazing adoption stories. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Your perfect pet is just a click away at theshelterpetproject.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
All right, we're back, and Tim Dixon joins us for just a moment. And, Coach, let's talk about this win, 81-61. Got the offense going today. Let's see, for the game, shot 48% again. Boy, you've got to like that. That's a couple games in a row now shooting like that.
Yeah, we're, again, it's just, the kids are starting to see things, and sometimes it takes a half a season like it is, and they played really well. And, and to be honest, we prepped for their press. I mean, this is probably the second team I've ever had as a head coach that really, when they see a press, they get excited because they know they're going to be able to break it and get layups. And so, again, we did it against Peru, we did it against Mount Mercy, we did it against these guys. And I don't know if we'll see a press much longer this year now because of that. But, we're excited that we got the win. Kids played hard, and I got everybody in. That's the biggest thing, too, so I'm really happy about that.
And Veronica Petkova had the big second half for your award. The first half, Veronica really took over offensively in the second half.
Yeah, 18 points, so not too bad. Again, we're not built around one person. I mean, I'd love to have Deidre McCoy still keep scoring double digits, but, she's a team player, and the biggest thing is those kids only play 20 minutes, so that's, 22, 25 minutes. So that's a big thing for me because we need to rest them as we move into February when the games really start to mean a little bit more because we need to beat somebody higher than us, which, is coming up, and I think we do. We have a good chance on Monday against Baker, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Baker leading the conference. They won today already. So did Benedictine. Evangel, who will play Thursday. 3 games next week, so you're right. You got to give these girls some rest because it's going to be a busy, busy week.
Yep, and your kids are playing good, and we didn't shoot very well free throw-wise, I thought, tonight, but we out-rebounded them, and looked like 40-31, and it was a good team effort, and that's what we need. And I think the more we start getting success, and it's just not one person, and everybody's scoring, the more better and happier the kids play.
All right, Coach, we'll do it Monday. We'll see you in Baldwin City.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, Vikings win it 2 in a row now for this team. 81-61 the final. Let's go over the scoring real quickly for you. First of all, for the visitors from Graceland, they were led by Sydney Vaughn and Gabe Lipinski with 17 apiece. Dawkins had 8. McFedder's only 4. Emily Work had 3. Emily Work, let's see, had just a couple of points. 5 for Bree Griffin. And that's really about it as far as the score. Well, 6 points for Kiki Sears and then 2 for Wiley. Joe, the Vikings were led by Veronica Petkova with 18. Ashley Ward with 14. Dee Dee had 6, but boy, very balanced scoring. How about Haley Meyer, 8 off the bench, 6 for Sierra Adams. Denny Lindsay, before she got hurt, had 6. So, as Coach said, it was a team effort.
Yeah, and a lot of players that came off the bench played well today. I think a lot of people got in the scoring column. The defense was pretty effective inside, made Graceland take a lot of threes. We moved the ball well. I just saw a lot of good things happen, and I think this team's getting better, and this is the time they have to get better because we've got the heavyweights in the conference coming up in the next couple of weeks.
2 in a row for the Lady Vikings now, so we'll get you ready for the men's contest now, and I want to tell you again, as we take our break, this broadcast is copyrighted by the Mass Communications Department of the Communications, Humanities, and Human Service Division of Missouri Valley College for the private use of our audience. Any retransmission of the use of the content of the broadcast without the express written consent of Missouri Valley College is prohibited. Also, a big thanks to everyone at Marshall Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram for providing transportation for Joe and I as we're on the road covering Missouri Valley athletic events. 81-61, the women win it. Men's game coming up in about 20 minutes on the Viking Sports Network. We'll be back in about 20 minutes.